Good evening and welcome to news on Prime TV. First, we take a look at tonight's top stories.
The President says that the unified country belongs to all people. Massive crowds are witnessed at the Dorayappa Stadium in Jaffna after a lapse of 30 years. Salaries of government servants have been increased by 2,500 rupees. And an overseas African president presents Parliament with a list of nominees for cabinet posts.
Now for the news in detail. The President has said that all citizens will be granted equal opportunities in the country that has been unified. He said that the background for this purpose has already been created. The President made this observation amidst the applause of thousands of Tamil people who had thronged to the Dorayappa Stadium in Jaffna. Reports say it was after 30 years that such a large gathering was witnessed at a political rally held at the stadium.
උතුරත් දකුණත් නැගෙනහිරත් බටහිරත් කන්ද උඩරටත් අදම එකම ජනතාව බියෙන් හා සැකෙන් තොරව ජීවත් වෙනවායි කියන එක අපි මතක් කරන්න ඕන.
The President recalled that the people in the country now live without fear and suspicion. He said that his firm belief is that the freedom enjoyed by the people in the south should also be enjoyed by the people in the north, east and the rest of the country. He said that hundreds of thousands of people were displaced in the area. A program is now underway to resettle them in an appropriate manner. He said the responsibility of protecting the future of their children lies with the government. He noted that the government has given special consideration to the education of the children in the north. The schools will be improved and the universities will be strengthened.
තමුන්නාන්සේලාට මම වචන කීපයක් දෙමළ භාෂාවෙන් කතා කරන්න කමක් නැත්නම් ගෞරව මදකුරු මාරහලේ ගෞරව ආමිත්‍යරාලේ ආளுநர் රවරාලේ අන්බරාලේ නන්බරාලේ சகோதர சகோதரியாலே உங்கள் எல்லோருக்கும் அன்பு வணக்கம்.
Dorayappa Stadium was packed with people who had reached the stadium from various parts of the Jaffna Peninsula in an expression of gratitude to the leader who rescued them from the grip of terrorism and ushered in freedom. The President stressed that in future there should be no differences based on religion, community, region and class. The President said that communal politics should not be practiced in the future. The Jaffna Municipal Council and Vaunia Urban Council elections were recently held. He pledged to hold the provincial council and the local government elections in the north before long. The President observed that the government has given special consideration to the education of the northern children. Farmers are provided the required facilities. He said that measures will be taken to transform Jaffna into an IT peninsula.
The salaries of public servants will be increased by 2,500 rupees. President Rajapaksa has directed to make this increase in addition to all allowances paid to the public servants. The government is currently making arrangements to increase the salaries of the police and the service personnel as well as the government servants. Sri Lanka has been listed as the #1 destination to travel to in 2010 by New York Times in its 10th January 2010 edition. Sri Lanka is reviewed by New York Times travel writer Lionel Bina in the 31 places to go in 2010. He has said that the conclusion of the war has opened the eyes of the world to this island off India's coast, rich in natural beauty and cultural splendors. Featuring some of the most sought-after natural attractions that the country boasts of, the writer also highlighted some of the upcoming development projects that would add more convenience to the travellers. The review has placed the Nilavali beach in the east amongst the most scenic locations. It has also mentioned about the international airport that is being built in the south, along with the many resorts that are springing up along the coastline in the south as well as the east. The Colombo Stock Exchange is to open a branch in Jaffna. This is in response to the demand from the Jaffna business community. Negotiations are afoot to secure a building. An official of the Colombo Stock Exchange said that they are mulling over the opening of the branch next month. The per capita income of the Jaffna civilians is very high and they are self-sufficient in every aspect. They also receive foreign remittances from their relatives abroad. Their desire is to reinvest in stocks. The Colombo Stock Exchange has just completed its best year in history to become the second best performing stock market in the world. The all-share price index reached historic levels during the post-war period. It recorded a growth of 125.3% last year. The Colombo Stock Exchange also achieved the highest turnover for a given year by generating over $142 billion last year. Government agent of Kilinochchi R. Jagadiswaran has said that 5 schools in the district were reopened this week after a gap of 15 months since the outbreak of fighting in the final phase of the war. The schools reopened are Hindu College, Primary Hindu College, St. Teresa Mahavidyalaya, Fatima College and Kanagapuram Mahavidyalaya. She said the Central College and the Kilinochchi Mahavidyalaya would be reopened next week. Out of the 4 divisional secretariat divisions in the district, resettlement in the Ponri division had been completed and resettlement is currently taking place in the Karachi division. Jaffna, which was recently relinked to Kandy with the daily bus services, will now be connected to the Batticaloa district through 3 different bus routes. The Sri Lanka Transport Board said that Jaffna will be connected to the east coast with 3 routes starting from Ampara, Akkarepattu and Kalmune. An official of SLTB said that there will be buses plying on those routes daily and at least 2 buses will be initially operated. Issues relating to traffic congestion due to the large influx of people will also be worked out. The SLTB plans to reconnect the north with the other major cities through several routes in order to allow free movement of people. Stargazers in Sri Lanka will be able to witness the first annular solar eclipse of the year on 15th January. The Department of Physics of the Colombo University said in a release that it will be visible from 11 a.m. to 3:12 p.m. as an annual eclipse to the northern parts of the country and as a partial eclipse to the southern parts. This is said to be the first time that a center line of a solar eclipse crosses Sri Lanka since the total eclipse on 20th June 1955. It will also be the longest in the millennium. The Indian Amateur Astronomers Association said that the eclipse will be first seen in south of Kanyakumari in Tamil Nadu and then travel obliquely to Rameshwaram and Dhanushkodi, where the best view will be enjoyed. The eclipse will last the maximum time in Rameshwaram, which will be 10 minutes and 8 seconds. We take a look at Prime World now.